Hello everyone, and welcome back to Fire Emblem Three Houses. And it's a new month. So once again, this game was donated by card, and when somebody donates a game, I try to follow through with their requests to the best of my ability. So I missed this here.
Hi everyone.
Long ago, the guardian Saros.
Card is not here because he was only here for the last month.
Whose soul was suffering.
And he has yet to change the name of our special call group. So
yeah.
Sky above Saros, the immaculate ones, mighty wings, are what powered the strong wind, carrying the guardian and her forces into battle.
I am a little bit tired.
Well, yeah. I mean, you've been getting up at what, 8 lately?
Attempting to get up at 8. It has me functioning before 9:30, but
right. See, I cannot do that. I have tried. I used to work at 7 in the morning, so I had to get up at like 5:30 in the morning. And it's really rough getting up at 5:30 in the morning when your body will not let you sleep any earlier in the day than like 1:30 p.m. or 1:30 a.m. I mean,
Saturdays are very valuable to me.
Hey, Leona would like to speak with me. That means they've unlocked Beast Rank support, finally. Maybe I'll actually recruit her then.
I'm sorry I snapped.
But Saturdays are very valuable to me because I actually get to sleep in the morning.
It's alright.
Huh. I thought you might say that. In that way.
But while we're going through this, I'm gonna really date this particular recording session. The Smash Direct that was this morning.
Did you know my father? Yeah. Oh yeah. No, that, like, okay, so a lot of YouTubers avoid trying to, like, date their episodes or whatever. I don't care. I'll sit here and talk about how, like, when I was doing Linkle of the Wild on YouTube instead of on the stream that I'm currently doing, where I've got, like, 5 other mods. Well, no, it's 11 mods now. But regardless, when I was doing Linkle of the Wild, I was like, yeah, you know, I'm doing this, and, like, I mentioned, like, you know, I'll be gone, you know, for vacation and things, and so I'm just, you know, trying to backlog a bunch of recordings. I had, like, 60-some episodes recorded just, like, before I went on vacation, and so, like, I was only gone 2 weeks, and so I only needed, like, 15, 16 episodes, and I had, like, 60-some episodes, and, like, as soon as I came back, I recorded all the rest of them. So it's like, I'm sitting here posting these in, like, January of freaking this year, you know, 2020 here, as I'm finishing it up, or maybe it was December of last year, whatever it was, and I'm sitting here still talking about things going on in July, you know? It's like, oh yeah, this, that, you know, just, like, talking about the stuff in July, because I recorded it all, like, I recorded the first, like, 60 or something in June, and then I went on vacation for 2 weeks in July, came back, and then finished, like, all 101 episodes. So it was like, yeah, I'm still sitting here talking about stuff in July and, like, December because of that, but when I get into a game and I really enjoy a game, I tend to play it a lot. And this is a personal issue I have with our playthrough of Fire Emblem, is the fact that here I want to just, like, start recording at 11 and go till, like, 5 in the morning, like, every day, like I usually do. And you're like, let's start at 11:30 and I'll go to bed at 1:30, and I'm like, that's 2 hours, twice a week. It's not your fault or anything, it's just like, I'm just kind of like this person that's like, I want to play the game, and then it's just like, I have to wait for Miss to play the game. which is why I've not
At least you have the other 2 paths.
Yeah, which is why I've not only done Black Eagles, up till this point, actually. But also, because I've gotten to this point on Black Eagles, I've now started a Golden Deer run. So, I don't want to get past where we are in the game, you know? So.
Unless there's something that you do around this time Saturday evenings while I'm trying to figure out what I can do with that time slot D&D wise.
Nobody in the village.
I'll be open to record Saturday evenings.
Alright, there we go. That's another day we can record then.
Because my Fridays are again taken up by D&D.
Right.
I've lived in a tiny village my whole life. So to me, Captain Gerald was nothing short of a legend. So I went right up to him and I told him I was going to be his apprentice. He didn't
Here I've been sitting here talking, so I haven't been able to advance Leonie's dialogue until just now. Because, like, I haven't seen this, so I'm actually, like, wanting to, like, read and, you know what's going on and stuff, so.
Training routines, it was also new.
Fair enough.
After he left, I kept at it. Kept training.
But, yeah, I can't, like, read and talk at the same time, and because I have to have the volume so low on the TV, and because I don't have a way of, like, sending the audio through my computer, I don't get to hear very much. So, glad you got to see him again.
I always planned to meet him again once I became a top-tier mercenary. But I'm just glad I got to see him, to thank him properly and all. I've spent my whole life being a great mercenary. Like
Fortunately, he did.
There's so many times when I wanted to ask his advice, but I couldn't. I just had to make do. That's how I've made it this far. Just hard work, all on my own. But then you come along, and it's like you don't appreciate Captain Gerald at all, or how lucky you were to have him around your whole life. No, it still really bothers me. You might be
another thing that happened today, which I'm really happy about, is the launch of Arknights.
Arknights, yeah.
It's a tower defense gacha game for those of you who have not heard of it.
Right.
And I am in love with it. The characters are so cute, the art is beautiful, and the story is rather intriguing.
You are eavesdropping. I must admit that I
approve.
Professor, we must remain quiet.
I see.
Oh, the scene.
Fire Emperor and Monica. And the man who rescued Monica.
What is that guy's name?
I don't know, but if we keep listening, we might be able to find out.
An unexpected chance to hear their plans. Patience, patience.
Oh, thank you. You saved me.
If you were to die, then the mystery of our bodies would be revealed. Preventing that was my only aim. I'm afraid you must remain, Kronya. There is something I need you to do.
Oh, of course. I'm always happy to cooperate with Solon. Leave it to me.
How annoying.
Flame Emperor, is she offending you? Unfortunately, we cannot take our eyes off her, so there is nothing to be done. You are our greatest creation. We use the defiled beast's blood as the fuel to your flame, that you may burn even the gods. Now is the time to cleanse Fodlan with that power, and bring forth our salvation.
There will be no salvation for you and your kind. Those responsible for such gruesome deeds in Dusker and Enmar.
All so that you may acquire the strength you need, all for a purpose.
I've got you. Finally.
Let's keep listening.
If we don't act now, we'll miss our chance.
God dang it, Dimitri.
Even if someone has killed us, there is nothing they can do. There have always been rats in the walls, and there always will be.
Just wait.
No. The dagger.
Dagger. What about the dagger?
No, never mind. Couldn't possibly be so.
So...
Professor, those are the ones we must destroy. They're the bastards who killed my
What do you think of that?
and Gerald. For now, let's return to the monastery and regroup. As for the Flame Emperor's dagger, I'll hold on to it for the time being.
So coming from somebody who's played Black Eagles and knows a bit of that side, like I do know that there's the split, the Crimson Flower and the Church of Saros, I guess is what people call the splits here. Hang on, I've got to get... I have a thing here for tea time. It just tells me like what their favorite tea is. It doesn't really help beyond that. So it says it's mint tea. Do I have mint tea? I have mint
leaves.
Oh, mint leaves. Okay. I was gonna say I have mint leaves, but I don't have one that's just mint tea. Okay.
Thank you for inviting
It's
me.
written down wrong, I guess.
What a nice aroma. I really enjoy this tea.
Hey, Ingrid. I guess it doesn't really matter. I think I maxed out with her on this route, but I don't remember. Again, playing 3 different, like, runs here. Evaluating allies.
Yes.
Close calls? Nope.
Yes.
Sweets. Yeah.
When did you start sword training? I was 5 when I began.
Chat. Perfect tea time, even though I failed one.
Very nice.
I think I have any gifts for her right now. Plus, I don't really want to give her any gifts until I know
I had such a great time.
where I am on her supports. Like, if I'm already, max support with her, I don't really see any point in bothering with gifts and things. But no, coming from somebody who has had some experience on the Black Eagle side, and like has been paying attention to the things going on. Oh wow, no, I'm nowhere even close to... Oh no, wait, I'm in Dimitri. Hang on. Oh, A rank, okay. See, yeah, the Black Eagles, that's what I'm thinking of. I'm thinking of Black Eagles, where a lot of characters just go up to B rank. I'm forgetting that here, on this route, there's a bunch of people that can go up to A, but just not S rank. So that's where my confusion was. Ingrid and Dimitri,
Ingrid?
B rank.
I've been doing some thinking, and it occurs to me that I owe you an apology.
What? Why do you seem so
Sorry, I'll say what I'm trying to say after this.
In a just world, you would be happily married to Glenn. He truly loved you. And it's clear that you care deeply for him as well. But on that awful night, he died right before my eyes. I could do nothing to prevent it. In a way, I'm responsible for you losing the joyous future that should have been yours. I know my words can change nothing, but I'm so sorry, Ingrid.
No, Your Highness. There's no need to apologize. Glenn's death, it still doesn't feel real. I always looked up to Glenn. He was the very picture of a perfect knight, noble and virtuous. In the end, he laid down his life, the ultimate sacrifice. I feel proud of him in ways that words can't quantify.
Proud? Truly?
That's right. I feel proud that he died for those he was sworn to protect. Proud that he passed from this realm to the next as a perfect knight.
Are you really trying to turn his needless death into an ideal to uphold? You and he are so alike.
Needless death? How can you say that? Glenn gave his life for you, for everyone, and this is how you speak of his sacrifice?
You weren't there. You didn't witness his last moments. If you had, you wouldn't feel that way.
I don't care to hear your interpretation of his final moments. He was and will always be an ideal knight.
You would do well to rethink that ideal, my friend.
Pardon me? He served in your guard. He took great pride in what he did, in protecting you. The very least you can do is not spit on his memory. If you'll excuse me.
What is the matter with me?
Dimitri is trying so hard to make amends, but he's just not doing it right. Okay, so let me go to my Twitch channel, because I've been debating how best to get this clip from my channel onto YouTube, because for some odd reason, when I try to export from Twitch to YouTube, it straight up does not let me, and I don't know why. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to answer your question by displaying this clip, and I'm kind of hoping that in some way I will be able to... Whoa, okay.
Hello.
Let me just fix that.
Repeat.
Yeah, that's... I'll fix it here in a second. There we go. Now I should be able to show it, and then fit to screen. Now, as for making it so that you can actually hear it, I think I'm just going to have to send you the link. Because I don't think you'll be able to hear it off my computer here.
No, I won't be able to, so.
You'll have to watch it through that. But this, I'm going to display this video, and then I will give my thoughts based off of the events that occur in said video and what I think is going on. So, again, this is from my... Let's see how Edelgard is doing.
Out late again, I see. What brings you here?
Could ask you the same.
I just wanted some fresh air. There's a lovely breeze tonight. I always wander outside when sleep evades me.
That's better. Isn't there, like, adding a stream marker or something? I don't know what that actually does. Like, maybe I have to add a second one and I can clip or something. Couldn't sleep either.
Still, it's ill-advised to stay up so late. I should get some sleep too, but... Have you ever felt a sort of longing for the outdoors? I have. There are times I long for the warmth of the sun, for a sweet breeze on my face. Do you remember what I told you the other night? About my past? None of my siblings had a chance to lead the sort of life they deserved. An ordinary life.
Should I say should I say I forgot? You asked me to forget. I remember.
My siblings and I we were imprisoned underground, beneath the palace. The objective was to endow our bodies with the power of a major crest. I have always possessed the crest of Saros, inherited through the Hresfeld bloodline. But it was only a minor crest, and most of my siblings bore no crest at all. In order to create a peerless emperor to rule Fodlan, they violated our bodies by cutting open our very flesh. Now here I stand, the fruit of that endeavor, Edelgard von Hresfeld. But that came at too high a price. The others were sacrificed. Ours weren't the only lives devastated by that terrible process. Innocents died as well, without even knowing what they were dying for. And there you have it, the truth of the Hresvelg's empire.
Who's to blame?
The Prime Minister and his gaggle of nobles. They had the empire under their thumbs. My father, the Emperor, tried to stop him, but it was futile. My father was nothing but a puppet on a string by then. He was powerless to save us. I know how it all sounds, but when you see my true strength, you will know I speak the truth. I have kept it hidden all this time, but I will reveal to you the power of my second crest. It is the same as yours, the crest of flames. When it manifested for me, I swore a silent oath. For the sake of my family, and for all the poor souls whose lives were traded for my existence. For their sake, I will build a world where such meaningless sacrifice is never again sanctioned. As Emperor, I will change the world. I swear it.
So yeah, that is... Okay, I can remove that. That is Edelgard's C+ support. And I was already having some suspicions, just going through the routes, watching Nico's playthrough, things like that. You know, seeing that part where Dimitri mentioned that he gave Edelgard the dagger and everything like that. And now seeing, of course, the Flame Emperor has that dagger, and things like that, I'm going, okay, I think that basically tells me exactly what I was thinking. So, it's, like, it's kind of obvious when you think about it, especially once you've seen that support. And again, that's just, you know, looking at that support. When you play the Black Eagles route, there's actually quite a few cutscenes of Hubert and Edelgard speaking very hush-hush together. And then to top off the fact that when we rescued Monica, like the month after we rescued Monica, Monica was hanging around Edelgard, and then of course Monica turned out to be a villain. I'm going, if Monica, Monica disappeared at the end of the last year, but then mysteriously shows up being held captive with Flame. There's no way she's been down there this entire time. Like, there's no way. She was planted there on purpose. And then the fact that she was talking with Edelgard the entire time. And again, there's so much, like, hush-hush conversation between Hubert and Edelgard. And you notice it even more between Monica and Edelgard on the Black Eagles route, that there's some there. And right just there I'm going, I am pretty certain that she either is or has something to do with the Flame Emperor. And when I did that, I saw that C+ support, and she was saying, you know, she has the crest of flames, and when she's, you know, Emperor, she's going to change things. I'm going, yep, I think I get it. Well, thank you.
It would be ridiculous to not feel anything after something like that. Go on and let it out. I am here.
So, yeah, it's like, it's just one of those things where you just kind of go, you know, they did a really good job with hiding it, but if you read between the lines, you can see it long before they get to this point. you know? It's like, sure, I don't know if any of my theories that I've mentioned are correct or not. But, you know, we had Card here all last month, and, you know, I'm like, I've got this theory, and he's like, well, I can fact check it. And then I tell that theory, you know, if you guys watching haven't seen that, go back, an episode or two ago. And Card just, like, kind of just dodges after that. I'm going, I have not looked any of this up, but that gives me a sneaky suspicion that I'm right. You know?
I mean, he got me to go look up more spoilers, so I'm just like,
Right. I know at the beginning of this, I mentioned something about, you know, I have this theory that Nemesis may not have been evil. And that it might be Saros. And you said something about, well, in Fire Emblem games, like, when somebody is said to be evil, that just straight up means they're evil. And, like, you know, I want to trust you, just because, you know, you've played way more Fire Emblem games than me. But I'm still getting this whole, like maybe it's on a different route other than Blue Lions. There is the Crimson Flower, which is the Black Eagle's route and everything. And from what I understand, just because I looked up like the route itself just to see, okay, you know, where does it diverge at? You know, just so I could understand, like, what I needed to do to make sure I was on one or the other. And it sounds like on the Black Eagle's route, like, Lady Rhea is, like, the final boss. And I'm going, does that support my theory here? And, you know.
I am sorry. There are no words. Some flowers on
so, yeah, it's kind of this, like... like I said, I want to, you know, trust you and everything because, you know, you have done these games a lot more than me. But at the same time, I feel like maybe there's a chance that this game isn't as straightforward as maybe some of the other games have been. Again, I don't know, as I've not played through it, and I've not... You know, again, I've not looked up information.
What throws off my statement, what truly throws off my statement when it comes to Three Houses is the different paths.
Right.
Because there are 4 paths, if I remember correctly, for this game.
Yes, there are 4 paths. Maybe 5 once the new DLC that they announced today comes out. Which it's like super psyched for, the whole abyss and whatnot. I'm going, oh boy, you know, the new house and everything.
No.
And I know it's just the 4 students. I'm not, like, it's a side story, so I'm guessing it's probably not going to be like a full extra house route type thing, but I have the feeling that it's still going to affect like some of the things that we know of in the main storyline in some way, so I mean, I could be wrong also, so I don't know. I don't know anything beyond the trailer that dropped today, so none of us know anything beyond the trailer that dropped today.
I'm sorry.
So
I'm sure this is even harder on you, but I just can't. I can't believe.
Oh, Leonie. I want to make you happy, Leonie. But everybody's sad because Gerald died. And, like, okay, so,
I'm so sorry.
In the last episode when Gerald died, like, you get the scene and he dies, and that, you know, I'm kind of going, okay, Divine Pulse, and then you use the Divine Pulse, and then he still dies anyway because of what's his face there that we just saw. And like, I don't know how people are going to react just because like during that scene I'm just like dead silent and everything, but for me I don't grieve in that way, you know. Like, you know, all the characters here are sad and crying, and I don't grieve in that manner. I have a different like take on, you know, the grieving and things like that. But I do want to mention that, you know, despite my complete and utter silence during that and everything, that broke me up. Like, seeing that, I was just like, oh my god, you know? Like, I knew it was coming. I knew he was going to die just because you can't gain any kind of support. Oh, hi, Sothis. You can't gain any support or anything with him, that kind of thing. I knew that was coming. But just, like, at the same time, like, I knew it was coming, but then there was always that, I have Divine Pulse. Of course the story's going to factor that in, you know? And so I'm going, maybe he's going to die, and then I Divine Pulse, and then he doesn't die or something. But when I Divine Pulse, and then he still dies, I'm just like, oh my god. Like, that destroyed me immediately. So
things that are set in... It's like your own universe, Em. It's a time-locked event.
Right, yeah. I mean, that term comes from Doctor Who, but yeah, it is one of those, like, oh my god, you know, it is a time-locked event, even trying to change history, knowing that it was coming in things, you know, the divine, you know, having the Divine Pulse and everything. It was like, oh my god, like, the fact that they knew, the fact that they went to that extent in the story, I'm going, I love that they did that, but also, again, it broke me up so bad because, like, really, you know, like, you just killed off freaking Gerald. What the crap, game, you know? So...
He also said that you should give something to someone special.
It really, you know, like I said, I know I was, you know, and I say this just because I want to make sure that people realize that even though I was deadpan silent and everything, like, that's just kind of how I go through that kind of grieving, is just like, it's just this kind of like staring at the screen going, I don't know what I should do right now because this just happened, you know? That silent grieving kind of thing, you know? And it tore me up so bad seeing him die and everything, so...
It's about the weapon that killed Gerald. Will you listen?
I'll listen.
It was a dagger, but I know enough to know it.
But going back to the Smash trailer that I mentioned earlier, I can't wait for you to see this scene.
Because
that
whatever it was, the wound it left wasn't normal.
Used in it.
Make a blade like that.
Because they took an actual scene from the game and modified it into Byleth's introduction to Smash.
I was wondering, I'm going, that the lip syncing and stuff was so off, I'm going, it seemed like it was a scene from Smash that they edited, so...
Well, a scene from Three Houses.
Yeah. It seemed like yeah.
Hello, Professor. I know that look in your eye. You want to
also, I didn't realize I could recruit these two until
Nico did.
Nico did. So now I'm recruiting them.
I'll help however I can.
So
don't worry about it. You're just starting out as a teacher, right? It's only natural for those of us with more experience to help the younger generation.
Yay! Alright, we got Manuela. Now we just gotta get Hanuman, who's probably over here. Yep, there he is.
You've lost someone.
I actually loaded up my previous save file right before that last battle. After seeing that, because I just watched that like yesterday. I loaded up my save file because I'm going, he's recruiting them like 2 chapters before what I'm on. Can I like recruit them now myself? And so I loaded up my previous save file so that I wouldn't like advance this or anything. And went up to Manuela and tried to recruit her, and she's like, oh, you want to recruit me? I was like, oh, yes, I can. Okay, I'll have to remember to do that first thing in the next episode. So...
I've always seen strength in your eyes. I know you'll recover. You're a very strong person.
Indeed. Go ahead and recruit.
I've been watching your class activities, and I wondered if you might desire my help. Just say the word, and I'll pitch in. Of course, I have to be truthful. It's all just a ploy to make it easier to research your quest.
Of course it is.
Feel free to call on me anytime. I'll be happy to lend a hand.
Why else would he want to join?
My class too. It's a joke, Professor. I'd never put a burden on you, a first-year teacher.
Yay! Also, the Smash Direct today brought up a point that I had not considered, but after was very obvious, and that's the fact that the Sword of the Creator and the other heroes' relics look like they're made out of bone. Like, they mentioned that in the thing today, and I was just kind of went like, oh... That's why they look sinister to me. Yes, that's exactly what it is. So now I'm curious on what that has to do with the hero relics. Wow.
Even I'm not fully sure.
You have lost your father. Now more than ever, do I understand how very lucky I am that you were able to save me. Professor, I deeply appreciate what you have done. Thank you. If there is anything at all I can do in return, please tell me, okay?
Can I get into this room yet? This room is still locked off to me. I cannot get in there. That room and this other area on the 3rd floor are still locked off to me. I don't know what either of them are. Apparently they do unlock, because in the Smash Direct today, bring it again to the Smash Direct, because, you know, that was today, as of the time of recording this, like, they showed the map with all 3 floors accessible and everything. I'm like, what is that? I need to know, why can't I go there yet?
There is nothing suspicious in her past that would suggest this change of character. Her transformation must have something to do with her disappearance last year. Sadly,
brainwashing for something.
Why?
Perhaps.
Tomas and now Monica. I am so sorry.
Although, did they not think the same of Tomas?
We didn't notice the invasion, and now Gerald. I apologize. There is nothing I can say.
That nothing had changed after his absence.
Please do not let your guard down, even among the people of the monastery. There is no way to know where another enemy may be hiding.
Yeah, it is curious, like, because, you know, Gerald didn't change after his absence. You know, Monica was completely different. You know, Tomas and everything. Like, it seems like, you know, people come to the monastery, they leave, and then suddenly they're different, but they're not at the same time. Also, I mentioned this on the stream during my Black Eagles run, where for the very first time I realized there is a throne sitting right here. I'm not sure how to feel about that.
Well,
I mean, just
it's actually quite interesting and in line with churches.
Yeah.
Gods are the rulers of the people, after all.
Right. And, you know, in the you know, religion that I've grown up with and everything, there's never been a throne to the god or anything like that, you know. But I know, like, you know, you get the Catholic religion, and there's the Pope, and he has a throne, and things like that. And I'm just sitting here going, okay, so that's either the throne for whatever Sothis, you know, they believe that Sothis comes back down, she'll sit there, whatever, or it's Lady Rhea's, which either one is fine. But then you factor how Lady Rhea's been acting, and I'm going, okay, this seems authoritarian. And then the fact that the church is just okay with executing literally anybody that goes against them in the slightest way. It's slightly concerning to me that there's just a throne there. She probably sits on.
To be fair, the people they're executing are people who were planning on assassinating Lady Rhea.
Well, yes, but at the same time, it's like the Rhea wasn't even willing to listen to the people. They're like, we're not from the Western Church, and she's just like, yeah, no, you're dead, bye-bye. Yeah, I'm going, that's kind of an unfair method of judgment, but okay, you know, I have yet to determine, you know, especially if my theory that, like, Sedith and Flayn and Rhea there are all, like, some of the old heroes and things. Like, they've been around for 1,000 years. Being immortal, living for 1,000 or so years makes you a little bit crazy, and, you know. So, like, all you have to do is look at the TV show Babylon 5, and you can just immediately realize that, yeah, no, the immortal people tend to be really, really bad, you know?
How they managed such a convincing change.
Because in Babylon 5, you have the Vorlons and the Shadows, which are the two oldest races, because it's like a space show and everything. And, like, they're these old races that are immortal, and, like, they've been fighting for thousands upon thousands upon thousands of years and everything, and, like, the way that they end the whole fight between the Shadows and the Vorlons is literally the other races being like, yeah, no, we've realized that you're both evil, and so you both think that you are trying to guide us, and you're actually both evil, so you can screw off. And I'm getting that same kind of vibe from this game, you know. Maybe it's not so much that Nemesis wasn't evil, maybe it's that Seiros and Nemesis both were evil, and it's just Seiros won, so that's the evil that took control, kind of thing. Kind of like the Vorlons and the Shadows were both evil. The Vorlons beat the Shadows, so they were the evil that took control. Because they were immortal, and that just drives you crazy and leads to you doing, you know, terrible things, basically. So...
grief weighs upon one's heart. I lost my mother some time ago. Forgive me.
Meanwhile, I'm happy because I've just learned that FGO is going to be having a free 4-star ticket.
Honey.
Yes.
Anyway, we've barely done anything in this episode because we've been so busy talking about...
But talking is fun!
Right, talking is fun. But I did just look over and notice that it's been going now for 45 minutes. And so we should probably end this episode. So I do hope you guys have enjoyed. Leave a comment down below on your thoughts. Again, don't post any spoilers. Just like leave your thoughts on the whole, you know, the thought of like good and evil, you know, immortality can lead you to being corrupted, that kind of thing, you know. The standard trope of immortality basically leave your thoughts on the immortality leads to corruption trope kind of thing. And again, I feel like that's my theory here is Seiros, Nemesis, they were both immortal. Seiros is still alive because she killed Nemesis. And, you know, immortality leads to corruption, so she's corrupted and things like that, so. But anyway, I hope you've enjoyed. If you have, feel free to subscribe. Check the video description down below for a link to the playlist. That way you can get caught up on any episode you might have missed, especially now so that you can figure out what the frick we're talking about. And we'll see you guys next time.
Have a good day, everyone.
See you later.